But if I'm doing, again, a newborn assessment, it is just very easily that I'm just noting, see, that's a fall. Do you feel that now?
Mm-hmm.
So if I go on this side, see on this side, the way that the rotation is, Joanne? Versus, again, now she's smart, she might have overcorrected, we'll see.
No.
But that's more of a fall that she wants to do. Here, you have just a nice rotation. You see the difference? So I'm not saying a baby's never going to fall, but if the touch elicits a fall, that's where I'm. So now I'm going to go here. Now, it's hard for me to get under this shoulder. Even more so here, right? So now if I want, again, I'm just going to see. Just offering her the width of my hand. And I'm just, there we go. So now that's where I can find where the problem is. See, I can assess you in 3 seconds that if I went to your back like right here, that's where it's bothering you. Can you see that? See, now you more so how I'm getting in versus. I know, but then I'm going to guarantee you probably have heavy legs. If you have one leg you stand on, so if I put on my hands, if I kick a ball, I'm going to do it with my right foot. That's not the same for everybody. It's more so that if you're right hand dominant, your right leg dominant, but that's not always the case.
No.
However, if you injured yourself when you were a kid and you change that dominance for whatever reason, then that's something that should be looked into. But if you can see her nose goes to her right foot, so
And
that's
that-
her left foot, but she just helped me a little bit.
Sorry.
Not going on. Can you feel the difference between, now you're not helping me, that's good. So see how your both legs are equally heavy?
Yes.
So see too, just like the head that I was doing with looking for your lift on Jill, see, I should be able to just go boop, boop, boop underneath her foot. And this is not doing that. So for whatever reason, somewhere in her life, I would suspect she had an injury. The fact that she's walking, talking, that are all milestones, I don't think it's something that should happen for her, right? But this is, now the left leg, I should expect it to be, quote, heavier. But even that is something I'd want to work on. And when I say heavy, it has nothing to do with the person's body weight. Your head was heavy, but it's not that like you had a fat head.
So are you, sorry, I just want to, the dominant leg is going to be heavier?
Yes, the standing leg is going to be heavier. That
That's
doesn't make it necessarily dominant.
Oh.
If I'm more soccer, karate, and all that, but, you know, my dominant leg is going to be the one that's up in the air. It all depends on how you're to rotate. So now underneath. Now on an adult, I might rotate then the wrist first. Now that was a bit of a fall as well. So it'll come in nice and gentle. We're going to stick to the table a little bit, right? But I did not lift her into me. But the table is going to stick a little bit on skin. See the counter? See the counter. See, I do it just like I'm dancing. Just looking for, see now, even though she's laying here, I already know her spine moved, her sternum just moved, so I'm not too concerned with her hip rotation. Now, can anything be enhanced? Absolutely. Now, for an adult, I'm just going to come in here, place hip placement, come underneath the knee, and then just, and there, you can see that's where you're catching. Do you feel that in the groin? So see, her trochanter doesn't want to cross midline. So that's where I would have a conversation with her. Now, for an adult too, I'm going to come down on this side of it just to see, because I want to see how the foot is starting to go into the ground. And that would be, again, bringing her into standing kind of thing, or if it's there, coming down. And now you'll just see how it's a little bit different on this side. I'm coming in, sorry, I'm coming in here. Now again, she really doesn't want to give herself to me as much. I don't know why.
You mean on
Now-
this side?
And she, yeah, it's harder to lift the shoulder. And now she wants to help me too, like she just jumped up into my hands. But you have to acknowledge that in someone. Are they helping you? Because again, they're being particular with what they're trying to offer. I have people outright and I say, don't help me, don't, I'm not, I let go and their hands are still like, great, no, you're not helping me at all. But they don't see it. See how it's harder to cross that counter with the arm. Not the same conversation. That's that staccato I was talking about. Do you see when you move it? It's
Yeah.
like da, 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 da.
So staccato is like jerky versus smooth.
Yeah. What's smooth? What, bro? Who does music? What? Legato. Well, you'll feel it. They're like, you know, it's that hesitation, but. See, now, I think right now, this would be the stress is with your shoulder.
My left leg.
You know, it's very hard for her to even present into my hands. So,
And what did you say it had to do with the shoulder?
because of this, where the stress is.
Oh.
Now, again, if I knew she had blunt force trauma in the shoulder, if someone came up to her with a baseball bat and just said, tag, you're it. Do you know what I mean? Then I know I have to go after that shoulder.
But it's really there.
However, most people, as adults, as we get older, are where the pain is, not where the X marks the spot. And you really see that with back surgeries because everyone's like, oh, your back hurts there, and everyone wants to go dig here, like there's a little nerve standing there with the red flag going, help me. But if you have stresses within your system, and that's the fulcrum point, you can do all the back surgery you want, but if you don't fix the knee, you still got a messed up back, and that's just going to come here just to show you what that looks like. So see how it's just harder to get under the leg, first of all? But see here, see that, see,
Sorry.
no, there's no sorry. That's how much you were protecting your vestibular system just to give me your leg. And you saw that clean jerk.
Yeah.
So, but that's me going too fast. Even though you probably even saw just a hand going under there. Even though she holds a job, has a kid and all this sort of stuff, I still, no matter whether it's a baby or a grown adult, I have to protect their vestibular system. And if someone gives me any kind of, let's say, a jerk where they feel the need to excessively help me, I have to take that into consideration that this person's probably in a lot of pain or discomfort, or something's happened to them, and then that's okay. Their body's going to tell me a story. Get not just from me touching her. Did you feel a difference on the shoulder?
Especially the left.
There we go. See how the sternum now is just starting to think about crossing that one. There we go. So now I'm just going to go back to her head and just see what are you going to do? But I didn't know about that.
Lymphatic system and all that suddenly had 2.5 inches more play.
Yeah, but if I go to reach for you and now my counterbalance is not
I know, I'm just thinking
yeah.
of all the surgical implications.
There you go.
Where's the-
Your head's starting to come to me. And now with that little bit of head play, see there.
Wow.
Holy cow.
But see now how the head's countered. Feel the difference?
My nose is moving.
But it's
good?
countering.
Do we like the head countering?
Yeah. We want
Oh,
everything
good.
to count.
So you lift
Feel
one
the
shoulder and
difference?
head's going the other way. is that what you-
Yeah.
Yes. Can you feel more activity though as I come here on your elbow? And over onto your elbow. You feel that?
This side I do.
Okay. But that's where just that little bit of head movement starts reflecting in a baby's body.
Yeah, I can from this side.
Yeah.
This one's blue.
Yeah. And it literally might be glue. It could be, I mean, it could be the table. Can you feel the difference between, now you're not helping me, that's good. So see how your both legs are equally heavy?
Yes.
So C2, just like the head that I was doing with looking for your lift on Jill, see, I should be able to just go boop, boop, boop underneath her foot. And this is not doing that. So for whatever reason, somewhere in her life, I would suspect she had an injury. The fact that she's walking, talking, met all her milestones, I don't think it's something she happened from birth, right? But this is, now the left leg, I should expect it to be, quote, heavier. But even that is something I'd want to work on. And when I say heavy, it has nothing to do with the person's body weight. Your head was heavy, but it's not that like you had a fat head.
So
To rotate. So now underneath, now on an adult, I might rotate then the wrist first. Now that was a bit of a fall as well. So I'm going to come underneath her so she's not here. Can you feel that? How the wrist wants to... Nice and gentle. We're going to stick to the table a little bit, right? But I did not lift her into me. But the table is going to stick a little bit on skin. See the counter? See the counter. See, I do it just like I'm dancing. Just looking for, see now, even though she's laying here, I already know her spine moved, her sternum just moved, so I'm not too concerned with her hip rotation. Now, can anything be enhanced? Absolutely. Now, for an adult, I'm just going to come in here, place hip placement, come underneath the knee, and then just, and there, you can see that's where you're catching. Do you feel that in the groin? So see, her trochanter doesn't want to cross midway. So that's where I would have a conversation with her. Now, for an adult too, I'm going to come down this side of it just to see, because I want to see how the foot is starting to go into the ground. And that would be, again, bringing her into standing kind of thing, or if it's there, coming down. And now you'll just see how it's a little bit different on this side. I'm coming in, sorry about that. I'm coming in here. Now again, she really doesn't want to give herself to me as much. I don't know why.
You mean on
Yeah.
this side?
And she, yeah, it's harder to lift the shoulder. And now she wants to help me too, like she just jumped up into my hands. Not the same conversation. That's that staccato I was talking about. Do you see when you're moving it?
Yeah.
So staccato is like jerky, and this is smooth.
Yeah. What's smooth? Leg row? Who does music? What?
Legato.
Legato. But you'll feel it if they're like, you know, it's that hesitation, but. See, now I think right now this would be the stress is with your shoulder.
The left leg.
Yeah. It's very hard for her to even present into my hands. So,
And what did you say it had to do with the shoulder?
because of where the stress is.
Oh.
Now, again, if I knew she had blunt force trauma in the shoulder, if someone came up to her with a baseball bat and just said, tag, you're it. Do you know what I mean? Then I know I have to go after that shoulder.
There we go.
See how the sternum now is just starting to think about crossing midway. There we go. So now I'm just going to go back to her head and just see. But what are you going to do? But I didn't know about that until halfway into it. She just said, it doesn't matter when one leg's longer than the other. And I'm like, well, it's kind of a parlor trick. I said, if you're going up and down the stairs, it's 8 inches different. Your pelvis should be making up the movement. It's not that.
The nerves and the lymphatic system and all that suddenly had 2.5 inches more play.
Yeah, but if I go to reach for you, and now my counterbalance is not there.
I know, I'm
anymore.
just thinking
Yeah.
of all the surgical implications.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your head's starting to come in. And now with that little bit of head play, see there, wow.
Holy cow. Yeah.
But see now how the head's countering. Feel the difference?
I know it's just
but it's
good?
countering.
Do we like the head countering?
Yeah, we want everything to count.
So you lift one
Feel the
shoulder and
difference?
then going the other way? Is that what you-
Yeah.
Yes. Can you feel more activity though as I come here on your elbow and over onto your elbow? You feel that?
This side I do.
Okay. But that's where just that little bit of head movement starts reflecting in a baby's body. We all have a different way of doing things. But it's it being able to respond to a stimuli, good or bad. But if I touch a child and teach you guys how to start offering touch as if that's the way, the most pleasurable, easiest way it is to respond to such stimuli, boom, you're into the brain. You're just there, the brains are going, oh, I can look up, oh, I can look down, oh, you know what I mean? And they're just here again, just countering and doing all of this. Sometimes, or they'll go into hunger, or they'll go into like, I'm done with this. But you're really going to see this just nice, easy movement. And even if the movement isn't that easy, how fast it'll change at a 1 month level. It's just really incredible. But yes. But a baby, there's none of that. Ooh, I'm a new playmate. You know, he doesn't think I'm old. He doesn't think I'm smelly. He doesn't think I'm fun. It's just like,
It's what it is.
yeah. And then I talk like that, and sometimes they have to be like, ooh, and sometimes they're like, what was that, lady? Because I do a whole bunch of voices. I'm always making stuff. And, and that's what the baby, they just do. But you put them in again, car seats for sleeping them on their backs. It's just, again, these different movement or beginnings. And then the one day that they're in a car seat and they decide that today's the day they're going to start lifting their leg and they can't,
Right.
they're not going to go, I'll get back to that in a couple of days. So the next time they'll start, look, they're doing this funny thing with their leg. Well, they tried to do it this way, it didn't work, so now they're doing it this way. Which is the same thing I do on you guys. I try to do it the same way, this way, this way. That's not working, so let me go over to the side. And the brain goes, ooh, what's that? But then they don't fight me, or whatever the reason is. And that's where I say I touch in a non-habitual way. Because how many times do you want me to try lifting the head if it didn't work like the 5th time?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.